It really started when I found my dad's old golf clubs, and he's a lefty, I'm a righty. When we were cleaning out the basement, and I just picked him up, and I was a baseball player at the time. I just kind of started swinging them around around the yard. We had some of those like plastic wiffle balls that I would just hit around, and then from there, my next door neighbor had a old pitching wedge, so she dropped that off for us, so I could at least have a righty club, and I just kept swinging ever since then. I definitely grown with confidence because I was the five player on varsity 2 years ago as a sophomore. And going into matches, I was always really nervous and worrying about hitting a bad shot and such. But now, growing as a senior, I just know I can be confident in my skills that even if I hit a bad shot, I can recover and still put up a good score. So I go into rounds with a little less nerves. I think my coach, Mr. Bagos, he just has a really calming presence. So even when we had a bad round, like any year, he'd always just be there for us. He'd just calm us down. He wouldn't get mad at us or anything. He even brought us ice cream once after a bad round this year. So it's just always reassuring when you have an influence like that to know that everything's going to be okay. East Lyme, we won the conference tournament as sophomores, so we really had high expectations coming into this year, especially because we had basically the same team as 2 years ago. It was basically our tournament to win or lose this year. So in that sense, we had a lot of pressure, but we were all practicing really hard in the off season. And the good thing about COVID is that, golf is one of those sports where you can still play it outside. You can still social distance and play. So we've been practicing continuously throughout the pandemic. So we were pretty confident. I think it was on the 18th hole of the ECC tournament. I came in with the lowest round of my career, 73. And after making that final putt, it just all hit me that, I hadn't messed up a hole or anything, had a bad double bogey or anything like that to screw up around. So once I hold that putt, I knew I could be really proud of what I had done the whole year. I'm going to go to Union College just outside of Albany, New York, and I'm going to study environmental science.